and we were aching for an album, but the band.
Hey everybody, I'm here with Charlie Charlie Ysmael, a friend from long ago who has lived many lives, many
Oh
lives.
man, yeah.
He was, of
Oh my
course, I
God.
knew him. He was a DJ at NU107, a bona fide rock star with The Breed, and at some point was also a newscaster on Channel 9,
That's true.
right? So you're
Right.
like
Twice, actually, twice. 88 to 91, and then 96 to 97. So there was a
dude,
break in between.
kulang na lang,
Yeah.
artista. What's up? Is that the next phase?
Well, oh man. I've dabbled in that actually.
Oh,
I've
you have
dabbled in
acted.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and way back even before I got into radio. This was like 1988,
Mm-hmm.
okay, or 87. I tried Viva Telecine. That was it, what it was called back then. Shucks, it's so vintage sounding. But that was eons ago. That part of my career did not take off.
Did
See,
you
what
want
took
to?
off?
You can
Yeah,
now.
I was.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know, man. After all this time, let's see. I'm open. I'm
Yeah,
open, but
you could be like the contrabidang Tito, like that, or the
yeah, yeah,
judge or whatever roles those are.
right,
Yeah, so
right.
in all of those incarnations of yours, different careers, always in front of the camera, um, what
Hmm.
what was your favorite?
My favorite was in front of the camera. I've always enjoyed performing with a band. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
like before the Breed, I had this band called R&R,
Mm-hmm.
which we started in 1986, and it was mildly. I wouldn't even say mildly. It was quite successful.
Yeah.
Okay, but the thing is, in the late 80s, hindi pa uso yung album. Okay, what was
Mm-hmm.
uso then was singles, because it was still the era of vinyls, 45 RPMs. Okay, so they released two singles of R&R. We were with Vicor Music Corporation, and we were aching for an album, but the band disbanded. That's when I
Oh.
formed the Breed. See, that's when I formed the Breed.
But so with The Breed, that music is more classic rock. Was that
Yeah.
really what you wanted? Because R&R was
Oh
more
yes.
pop covers and stuff like that.
R&R was more pop rock. We even dove into new wave. We started with new wave.
Oh, okay.
Flock of Seagulls, the Smiths. Believe it or not.
Mm.
What else did we do? I forget now. But anyway, we did Spandau Ballet. That was one of my favorites at the time.
Yeah,
That I will admit. And when Spandau Ballet came here, something
yeah.
like maybe 4 years ago, oh, I made sure I watched them, and
Really?
I enjoyed that concert because I like their music.
Yeah.
I
And
like the
that's
music of
like,
Spandau
that's
Ballet.
your contemporary. You were out at the same time. You guys were singing at
Yes,
the same time. So, um,
exactly, exactly.
what's, so you'd always liked classic rock? What is the idea behind The Breed and why is it called The Breed? I never found out.
Okay. Uh, idea behind the Breed. Uh, Even way back R&R days, we wanted to become a rock band. Okay, we started as a pop band. We released two pop singles, like I said, but we really wanted to be a rock band. Okay, and we were promised by management then, oh, just release these two singles, and you can do what you want after that.
Yeah.
But it never happened. So I was working at DZRJ at the time, RJFM. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
was a DJ. This was before NU. So they organized Pinoy Woodstock in 1989. Okay, because it was 20 years of Woodstock, and they said, let's end the year. This was December. Let's end the year with a bang. Okay, celebrate 20 years of Woodstock. It was supposed to be December 9, but a week before that, or maybe 10 days before that, the December 89 coup d'etat happened.
Yes, I remember.
Remember?
Oh God,
Okay.
it's scary.
That time, that time I was at RPN 9 as a newscaster, and we were probably the only large TV station that was open. Us and IBC 13 at the time,
Wow.
because it was in one compound,
Right.
broadcast city.
Mm-hmm.
So we were open, and we were broadcasting on the air. So I'd go there every day. Would not pass Makati because Makati was infiltrated by the Ram boys. Right? So anyway, finally, the soldiers went back to the barracks. Everything went back to normal. So we did Pinoy Woodstock on December 16th. All right. A month before that, R&R was supposed to play there. Okay. But a month before that, we had a falling out. The band had a falling out. So it disbanded. So I called Manny Amador.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Manny, what are you doing on December 16th? What, why? He goes like that. We have a gig. Yeah, I'm ready anytime. He was so excited about it. But wait a minute, we don't have a band. So I said, shucks, let's call your former bandmates. So he called Johnny Besa.
What band were they in together?
1984, when they were in college in Ateneo de Manila, Manny wrote a, what do you call this? A rock opera.
Oh.
It's called I Dream of Hexadream.
Oh,
okay?
wow.
It sounds like a druggy.
Yeah.
It sounds like a druggy play, but it was not.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I never saw it. I never saw it because I didn't know Manny at the time.
Oh, okay.
All right. But he showed me the program and everything, and he had some stars there. Ivy Violan was one of the singers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And the band was Manny on guitar, Johnny on bass, Larry Diliaco on drums. These are the three guys that formed the Breed with me.
Oh,
But back then they had a keyboardist
mm-hmm.
who never joined the Breed. So he called his former bandmates and he said, guys, we're playing for Pinoy Woodstock. And so they all got excited. We only found Larry because he had not contacted the other guys
mm-hmm.
for a long time. We only found Larry about 3 days before the concert.
Nice.
But we slammed together 6 songs and said, let's do our best. And it came out really good. So we decided to continue, and the rest is history.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I must make mention that in Pinoy Woodstock, we did not use the name The Breed yet.
Okay.
We used R&R because that's what was on the poster.
Oh.
When before we broke up, R&R that is, I had already signed the contract, and I couldn't reach contract, so I
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool bit of history. So where'd you get the name The Breed?
Okay.
So astig, diba? It's like The Breed.
Yeah, I was thinking of a name that could fit any genre.
Yeah.
Okay. If you listen to jazz and you like a song, and what's the name of the band? The Breed. Pwede.
Mm-hmm.
If you listen to new wave, which was big at the time, like you had Wire Train, you had what were the Lotus Eaters, okay, and all and you had the Breed. It fits also.
Yes.
Okay, and definitely the name fits for a hard rock band. So I came out with a Breed. This is funny. I just remembered. Days before our first launching concert in Ayala Center, it was still open at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the lagoon? The lagoon behind there.
Yeah.
Okay, there was a stage, right?
Yes.
So that's where we launched. The posters were made already, and we had a name. It was not The Breed. It was called Big Rock. It was called Big Rock.
Okay.
And I said, no, man, this name just won't cut it. Because at the time, there was this other band called Big Thing. Okay,
Ooh.
with David Lava, and then you had Ever, and I forget the rest of the guys. But so there was Big Thing, and then you have Big Rock. But no, I thought of all of a sudden this came, The Breed.
Oh,
And
nice. It
good
just
stuff.
came to you. Speaking of the
Yeah.
breed, can you play something, even just 2 bars of
Now,
Yeah.
right now,
Yes, right now.
I I prepared a whole song. Here we
Ooh,
go.
perfect.
Wait, let's see if it.
Let's hope this works, guys.
Yeah. Wait, hang on. Can you hear me?
Yep, perfect.
All right. Let's get this together.
What are you singing, Charlie?
Black
The
Mercedes Benz.
everybody's favorite Black Mercedes.
Can you hear the guitar okay?
Perfect.
Better?
Yes. Let's introduce
All right.
you. Okay. Charlie Y from The Breed performing their original OPM hit, Black Mercedes Benz. Go, Charlie.
In the cities, in the highways, in the high rise, or in the back rooms, in the hotels, in your motels. Do you know what's going on? In the morning, in the evening, when the sun shines, or when the sun sets, when the clock ticks, when the clock starts, when time just runs out on you. People fighting, people crying, people trying to get their hands on you. People dying of starvation. What are you gonna do while you're riding in a black Mercedes Benz? Riding high in a black Mercedes Benz. Yet I'm no one in a black Mercedes Benz. Inside a black Mercedes Benz. Death rides in a black Mercedes. Death rides in a black Mercedes. Death rides in a black Mercedes, in a black Mercedes Benz. Inside a black Mercedes Benz.
Woohoo! Wow, your
How's
voice
that?
perfect. Your voice sounds the same. That's amazing. Have you been singing even if you're not performing, or what do you do?
Hold on.
Voice? Yeah.
It's been a long day. Well, yeah, I've been singing, and actually I miss performing a lot because there's nowhere to perform,
Yeah, we don't.
and everything's closed. I just heard that the bar that I was performing in the last 2 years just decided to close because they're just losing money. So
Yeah, Uh, we
what can they
don't.
do?
We don't know what's going to happen to live performances. So I'm thankful for technology and stuff like that.
Yeah, thank God for this.
At least you get to perform, and I think one of the cool things is you get to jam with people you don't usually have time to play with and things like that. And then, guys, come on! I'm in the States. It's the morning, and Charlie's in Manila. It's midnight.
It is midnight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we should have
I've
this.
always been a
Yeah,
I've
let's just
always
put
I've
that
always
down at
been
the
a
bar.
midnight man.
It's
Yeah,
the
I
vibe.
agree. I agree.
Midnight sessions. Okay, so you sang
Yeah,
Black Mercedes Benz. I was listening to the lyrics. Of course, we all know the lyrics, but I can still picture it like it's relevant today.
it is.
With the
It really
things
is.
going on. So, what inspired you to write that song?
Actually, it was Manny who wrote the entire song. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Do you know what?
When we formed the Breed in '89, he already had that song. He had written
Wow.
it years before. So one day he apparently he had never introduced it to Johnny and Larry. Okay,
Okay.
so he goes, "Here's a song I wrote years ago. Let's try it." So we tried it one time in rehearsals, at
Uh-huh.
rehearsals. And he said, "Let's play it in the club," and it
Yeah.
became an instant hit. It
Right.
became an instant hit. It was magic. That song was magic. I wish we had, I wish we had been able to duplicate the success of Black Mercedes Benz, but we were not able to. It's just a great song.
It
Today, it still sounds great.
and it is hard. It is special when you have that hit, and that one wasn't just a hit with a rock audience. People know that.
Yeah,
So
actually,
yeah.
yeah,
So that, like you said, that's magic.
yeah.
Have you written any songs now since?
Lately, no. For the albums, because we released two albums, right?
Hmm.
Johnny and I wrote two songs for the first album. Manny wrote the rest, and then for the second album with Michael Turner,
Hmm.
uh, he wrote like we only had like 7 songs. I co-wrote one, and then he wrote the rest. So
Okay.
it was mostly the sound of our guitarists.
Okay. Right.
You
Right.
know,
But you're the face. The face and the driving force with behind this music. You always need that person. um
yeah.
Now oh wait, we were talking about the late Manny Amador, of course, who is a very, very likable guy.
Yes.
You wanted to say something. We are seeking a guitar. Tell us about the guitar we're looking for.
Yes. Okay. Back in 1993, the Breed collaborated with Rizal Underground, Tropical Depression,
Mhm.
and Color It Red, and we released a compilation cassette. We did not release a CD back then. A compilation cassette called Alert Level,
Mhm.
and this was around 1993 and 94. 93 and 94, we were touring to promote the cassette, right? Um, I got so used to the guitar that Manny was using at the time that I just simply miss it. When he passed away back in 2011, I wanted to get one of his guitars. I
Yeah.
wanted to have it for myself, okay? But unfortunately, one of them was sold by the family,
Mhm.
and then the other one went to his bassist, who's my bassist now, Gerard Videos. Okay, the guitar that Manny stayed with all the way till the end. So that's Gerard's. This particular guitar, which he was using during our tour, for some reason, I never asked him who he sold it to, but he sold it to way back when, in 90, I think it
Ooh.
was 1994.
Yeah.
And I just want to see if I can get it back, because I want to have in my possession a guitar that Manny owned.
Played.
Just just
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
just for nostalgia, I play it. I said this belonged to my former mate, my former bandmate, and my buddy. So
What kind
I'm
of
looking for
guitar is
this
it?
guitar.
I'll post a picture later so you can see what guitar it
Okay.
is. But what guitar
The
is it?
funny thing, it's not branded. It's a
Oh.
custom made. It's a custom made guitar.
Oh wow.
Back then, Mang Rudy, who was very popular with guitar makers, may he rest in peace. He passed away also. Mang Rudy made this guitar for Manny. Okay,
Did he work
and
for RJ's place? Is it this one?
yes, he did. He did. He worked for RJ for a long, long time, all the way till the day he passed. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So back in '93, Manny went to him. He said, "Can you make me a guitar?" Sure. And he made a Stratocaster-like guitar, a Fender Stratocaster-like.
Wow.
Okay, which is the neck. The neck belonged to an old Fender Jaguar.
What?
Okay,
How How custom.
Very custom, But there was no Mang Rudy took out the, what do you call that thing? The decals.
Okay.
Okay, he
Yeah.
sanded out the decals, and then he put a body on it. I think it was an extra RJ Strat body, and then he put a pickup and one volume pot. So it only has one pickup. Most guitars, okay, normally have either 2 or 3 pickups.
Mhm.
Pickups are the ones that pick up the sound, right? That's
Yeah.
why they're called pickups. So Manny's only had one pickup and one volume knob. That's it. The simplest it can be. But I'm not looking for it because of its value. It's not going to sell for a
Yeah.
mint. It's valuable to me because it belonged to him. Okay, and I just want to say that this belonged to my buddy.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for it. I don't know where it went. I don't know who he sold it to. I asked all our contemporaries at the time, from Stephen Liu of Rizal Underground, Mike Villegas,
And nobody.
Bong Lennon of Tropical Depression. Nobody seems to know where it went.
Wow.
Nobody seems to know who Manny sold it to. So
Yeah.
I was talking to Mike Villegas today, and he said, "Why don't you post it on Facebook, Instagram, whatever?" We have a breed page, by the way. On
Okay,
Facebook.
we will
I'll
tag
probably
the
post
breed,
it there.
guys. Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah, yeah.
So this is a mystery. We have to find Manny's guitar.
I know.
We'll find it.
I hope I can.
But I feel you. This is something that happens when you're in lockdown. You think about your life. You think about what matters and your friendships, and that's what's happening. Okay, we only have a few minutes. Can I do some stream of consciousness, whatever comes to your mind first? A few questions.
Sure, of course.
Okay. What is your favorite word?
Hello.
What's your
Hello.
least favorite word?
My least favorite word?
Pwedeng Tagalog. Sige.
Boy. Okay. Pwedeng Tagalog? Joke.
Oh,
you know how they say, hindi, joke lang.
Yeah.
They say something, hindi, joke lang. No, joke lang. I'm sorry. I can't get into it. I must be old or something. But
and now they say joke. Like, they don't even say joke lang. They don't even say just kidding. They just say joke. Yeah. I don't know. What turns
exactly.
What turns you on creatively?
Colors.
Really?
Art from the hippie era.
Oh, okay.
The hippie era, I'm talking 67, like this. See?
Yeah, tie-dye.
Tie-dye.
Yeah. The Woodstock poster. That's really nice.
Exactly.
Okay, what turns you off?
What turns me off? Bastos people. Okay? People who have no respect for anybody. People who just don't have any respect in them. That turns me off.
We all don't like that. What's your favorite curse word?
Do I have to say it? I can say it?
If you want to say it, or you can just first letter. The first letter.
F.
Okay.
F.
Just the 4 letters, that's it.
Yes, there's 4 letters.
Okay.
Could be S, but I chose F.
Really? Not P-I? Oh.
That's not what, you said word. That's 2 words.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway.
What sound or noise do you love?
Feedback from the guitar. Love it.
Okay.
That's why I miss Manny Amador so much.
What do you hate? Yeah. What sound do you hate?
What sound do I hate? Blaring K-pop. Blaring K-pop. I'm sorry. I mean.
You mean?
I know there are a lot of people who like K-pop.
Yeah.
But
if it's not blaring, it's okay.
Well, I can tolerate it if it's not blaring.
It's a totally different world, Charlie. Okay, what
I
profession
know.
other than you, than your own, being a singer, would you like to attempt? So you've attempted so many already. So what would you like to try?
Wow. What would I like
Anything.
to try?
You could be a pilot. Anything.
Pilot.
Talaga.
Pilot.
I just get
Yeah.
that.
I
Nice.
wanted to be a pilot, you know. I really wanted to be a pilot before I became a musician.
Wow.
But I had to make a choice. And this is what I chose.
Well, very
So other than this, I choose pilot.
okay. What profession would you not like to do? Like you would never think of doing it.
A bus driver. You know why?
Why?
Not because of the profession itself, but I tend to fall asleep driving.
Oh,
See,
yeesh.
so I don't want to risk it.
Oh,
I've been offered jobs as a driver. I mean,
uh-huh.
as a I mean, I've been told, why don't you do Grab? Why
Right.
don't you do what was the other one?
Here
It's
it's
not around
Uber. Here it's
anymore.
Uber. Lyft, maybe?
Uber. We
Yeah.
had Uber here.
Uh-huh.
Why don't you do that? I go, no thanks. I'll just fall asleep.
Really?
Yeah,
Is it any car, bus, any vehicle you'll fall asleep?
actually any vehicle.
Wow. And you wanted to be a pilot. Buti na lang.
Hey, there's autopilot. you know, the day they find auto driver, maybe I'll try it.
Okay, here. Last question. If heaven exists,
Sure.
what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Come in, my son.
Wow. Perfect. Okay. Thank you so much, Charlie. It's so fun to get to do this with you. You want to play us out? You've got like a few minutes. Just
All
even if
right, why not? Hey,
yeah.
wait. What about the pictures of Manny? You'll just
I
take
will
care of
post it
posting it.
like right after this so that we'll say this
All
is
right, all right.
thank you
So we're gonna do
so much.
it.
Play us out, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go.
Charlie Y, here we go.
Here we go. Death rides in a black Mercedes. Death rides in a black Mercedes. Death rides in a black Mercedes. In a black Mercedes Benz. Inside a black Mercedes Benz. Keep on rocking. Thanks, Marcie.
Thanks, Charlie. Good night.
Oops, I'm muted. Hey guys, thanks for watching that bit with Charlie. As you know, we had technical difficulties last week, and so this one is something that I think will kick off a new series I'm doing called Midnight Sessions. And I know it's not midnight right now here or in Manila, but we record them at midnight. So that was Charlie Y of The Breed, of course, my colleague in NU107. He wanted to find Manny Amador's guitar. And so here's a picture of the guitar. There you go. And I believe that photo is by Eddie Boy. Where that guitar is or who he sold it to, hit us up here and we'll make sure Charlie knows. But now here's the exciting part. I know NU fans, you have asked for more of the DJs to come back and just sort of show their faces, but our guest today, our guest today is wearing a mask because we all should be wearing masks. But you know her as DJ Tabitha. I know her as the lovable April. I'm going to count her in there. We'll call her Tabitha because that's how you know her. So here she's coming in. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Hey, girl.
This is so weird, like seeing myself in a mask. I feel like I'm about to hold you up for money.
I feel like I forgot to bring mine so that we would be the same. Anyway, how are you? Where are you? Um, yes.
I'm
What's
good.
happening?
I'm good. It's been good. I've been locked in, shut in for 5 months now because I live in Cebu City. And
Nice.
the cases here growing exponentially. It's not been fun, but you discover things of yourself and things to do when you're shut in for 5 months. So it's been good. Like you learn to plant things, you learn to take care of more dogs, and you realize you love dogs more than people. And then you become just this weird hermit that you don't really want to see people anymore, and you're happy to just see them
Yeah,
online,
it's like you realize that, oh, I never needed all those
right?
people.
So what was
Just
that for?
for solidarity, I'm gonna grab a mask.
Oh,
Just so, okay, people are wondering, why are you wearing a mask? We don't know. We don't know what mystery. I think she lost her teeth. Who knows?
I mean, it all starts with an earthquake, and then you become a klutz at the end of the day, and you bump into things, and then you have a face to break
Yeah,
your fall. And the
there you
hardest
go.
part of your face would be your teeth and your
Oh my
tooth.
God. You sick. Oh my gosh, girl. Did you have to go to the doctor?
I do have an appointment on Monday, thank God, because it's
Yeah.
been painful.
Oh no. So you look so pretty. Now you can let's
Just some eye
smile.
action.
I know. There you go.
You look
I
good,
know.
Mars. I love your hair.
Oh, thank you. That is no coloring. That is what happens when you're home for 4 months. No, I haven't colored it. I decided to be like the cool kids and just let the grays grow out. The
Oh,
blue
you're
is
the
my doing.
original cool kid.
And there you go. Thank you. No, I meant
Thanks
hair
for
wise,
having
but
me.
you know what? It's so funny because the kids who do dye their hair silver, they're like, "Hey, where'd you get that? How'd you do that?" I go, "It's called growing old, and it's called gray hair." Um,
And you
anyway,
can't have it until you grow old. So there.
but you, for example, I always saw you with short hair, so I'm like, "Wow, look, you look so pretty with long hair." You're
It has grown out because, again, yeah, the shut in and the quarantine. But I at first I was like, I'd like to grow my hair out so that I can
Right.
feel the feeling of feeling warm under the sun and then putting it up in a ponytail.
Yes.
Now I'm happy that I bought a clipper because I'm about to shave it off. It's annoying. I hate hair.
Oh, so you've always had like, yeah, short hair. So this is your experimental thing. Okay, quick
By default.
question to backtrack. Okay, I can't talk. Sorry. I'm just gonna do this. Also, because like all the other videos, you can see my face. So definitely, Tabitha and I are 6 feet apart. In fact, we're thousands of miles apart, so it's
Yes.
fine. I cannot wear a mask. Um, so backtrack. I actually met you. You weren't a DJ in Manila yet. I met you in NU 107 Davao, right? Was
Yes,
it
that is
Cebu?
correct.
Davao. Okay, but you're
In
from
the
Cebu. And then like a year later, you joined us with Ron and Joyce and everybody, and we were the best group. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I felt that. I really felt that. I felt like, oh my God, we're like the best people ever. People
Oh
should
my
want to hang out with us.
Oh my God, but you were so cute and so young and fresh. Let's not tell them how old you were because that just makes me older and hence gray hair and all that stuff. So, but you stayed on until when did you leave NU? Was it till the end?
I think I stayed until 2000.
Okay. Yeah.
That was the most favorite time of my life. I
Yeah.
remember hanging out with you a lot, but you were with so many tall people, Marceline, so many tall people.
Oh, yes,
And I
yes,
just
yes.
felt like, okay, it's either I let this get me down and feel like I am their little PA, or I could feel like I'm the cutest of the bunch.
Yes,
So
you
I'm like,
were.
no, I'm the cutest of the bunch. I'm
You
gonna choose that.
totally played that up. You did. You took advantage of that, and it's adorable. Like when I bring you up, everyone's like, "Oh, the cute one."
The little
Yes, that's yep,
one.
that's the one. Uh, so how did you end up in radio for Sin Davao in the first place?
Well, as with most of the youth, you have a tendency to become headstrong and you want to do your way. That time, I ran away from home to get my way, and ended up. Don't do this, kids. Don't do this at home because not a lot have the life skills to survive.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I ended up stumbling onto a DJ thing for. No, I just actually because the NE107 Davao studio in Davao. Sorry, it's just a wall with a really heavy door. It looks like something that belongs to a ship. And the engine of a ship. It was so weird, and it just said, "Oh, looking for talent" or something like that. Or maybe somebody brought me there. Not even sure. But yeah, and I
Was it
just went in.
Anna? Was it Anna
No, it
that
wasn't.
brought
It wasn't. It wasn't
you
Anna.
were
It was
first?
yeah. It was a bunch of like random people who said, "Hey, do you wanna go through this door and maybe apply?" And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure, It's a wall, heavy door, really, but you're hungry, you're poor, you're thinking, I need to live. Okay, let's do this."
But it's crazy because it came so naturally to you.
I think it was wonderful that I met Ron and Joyce right away because they were the kindest people. And I know that they didn't, I lied my ass off to get, because they were asking, so why are you here? What's going on? And I think my lie was something like, I'm waiting for my parents to move with me. I just came ahead.
So
And
you were
more of
like
a,
17 or
I was
something then.
20, yeah. And I was like, no, I'm waiting for them to come and join me. I went ahead and they're just packing up our stuff, you know, that.
Oh my
So they saw
gosh.
right through that, of course. They saw right through that. And they were so kind about it. They never eventually I did come out of that closet and they said that they knew. And they gave me the job
Wow.
anyway because I
They
looked like
they they were yeah, they were mentors to a lot of us, right? That they just had
oh yeah.
that.
They
They're
were ultimately
everyone's
like
mom and dad.
I was they were
They're
mom and dad.
everybody's mom and dad. I think till now that's what they do. I mean, they're mentoring a lot of new talent as well in the different things they're doing. That's Ron and Joyce, guys. We've had them here. So it was like an accidental career for you then.
Yeah, and I fell in love with it. Never thought that I would be good at it. Not that I'm not saying I'm an
Yes, you
expert,
are. Come on, you're good
but
at it.
you survive life, and you manage to give yourself a livelihood and your child too through it. So not bad. Who
So,
knew?
what did you want to be before all this then? What did you think you were going to do?
Oh my God, that's so long ago. But I thought I was going to be a lawyer or a vice president. That's how lazy I am. I'm like, I'm not going to be a president. I'm going to be a
Not the
vice
president.
president.
You
Yeah.
could be you are the vice president of your farm. I don't know,
Could be,
of
could
your
be.
dogs.
I would elect somebody to be the president so that I
Oh
just
my
take
gosh.
on, the coolness of being the second leader.
Yeah, I'll take over. You do the work. Okay, so after 2000, did you move straight back to Cebu, or
I
did you
did move
did you
back to
do
Cebu.
something else? Did you do any
No,
other
no, no.
job?
Well, before 2000, I actually um, thought about leaving for the States.
Hmm.
So, because my daughter at that time was only 4 years old, and and so I said, okay, let's go home to Cebu and visit, and you spend a year there, so you get to know your family.
Cool.
And then I realized, like, I was looking at her and I was thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do in the States with a child? And then who's going to watch over her? There's no such thing as a yaya there, or any helper to
Mm-hmm,
give her
mm-hmm.
a hand. And it's like, okay, that's just stupid of me to even begin to decide to do it, like for real,
Yeah.
and manage a child at the same time. And how many multiple jobs, I don't know. So I just said, I quit. I want to be a lazy person and look for people to help me out here in the Philippines.
Nice. And live on a farm and but you
Yeah,
also, don't you manage a resort right now?
it's still, well, it's a small hotel, and then we have a farm that we're hoping to change into a small resort, but
Mm-hmm.
still really focused on farming.
Okay.
It's very small. It's very cute. I mean, I'm in love with the place.
Aw.
Haven't been there in 5 months because again, quarantine. But it's all good. I mean, there are people who are taking care of the place. We
Okay.
have wonderful crops that I haven't been able to taste in a
Ooh.
while now. But yeah, so it's been good.
So that's what you're gonna be. You're gonna be the hotelier, and be like,
I
with
prefer to be a farmer.
oh, cool, cool. Are you really like involved in the farming, like planting, and or is it just managing?
It's I like getting down and dirty with the dirt.
Wow, very
So
cool.
it's so nice. It's a different feeling. I'm not going to try to sell you on the beauty of farming and
Sell
its
me.
therapy. I'm not. I can't do it. There's not enough land on this earth for everybody to fall in love with farming. But yeah,
But
yeah,
I
no,
think you made the right move, like leaving Manila, because that's pretty congested and just, I think I would do that. Move
I
to.
I don't like. I try. You know how it is. Like you try to look back on your life and try to imagine being there still.
Yeah.
I don't think I could have survived it if it was because I go home now. Oh wait, I know it. I don't feel like I go home to Manila. Sorry, I go for a visit,
Yeah.
and you pay for stuff, and you're thinking, how did I afford to live here before?
Hmm.
And I was just a DJ. Like, how
Yeah.
did I survive?
How did you?
I don't know.
Sheer willpower. And then you became like
Gumption.
you had your own kid. Well, I don't know. How did you do it? Bow, bow. Yeah, gumption, I guess. So have you done other work? You've done voiceover work, right? And stuff
Yeah,
and
well, I think
hosting, I
that's the one
guess.
that made like that really helped out in Manila. Like I did a bunch of commercials, and it was a very lucky time for me that I actually just got a phone call while I was on board in NU from my first ever commercial was a Bench 11 Jeans TV commercial. Richard Gomez, lovely,
Ooh.
and yeah, it was Jimenez Darcy at that time, and they gave I was like thinking, is this for real? And I showed up anyway, and it was for
Uh-huh.
real.
Wow. And you're
Yeah.
like, you're gonna pay me to just read these lines.
When you sign the contract and they'll tell you, oh, this is how much it is, because it's only this, and I'm like thinking that's a whole lot of money. I don't
That's like
understand.
more money than a month as a DJ. I'm
Yeah,
serious.
I'm like, what am I doing with this money?
Oh, cool. And then, so are you what's your most memorable voiceover or commercial work? I'm
My
curious.
favorite one
Hmm.
was only because I felt so risque and so cool. Was Lactacid, because I got to say the vagina's natural odor.
And
And it was like,
oh,
oh my God, I got to say vagina.
and odor. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
I think it was Miriam Kiambao who was the
The
talent
face.
there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then they showed
So when
like
you
a
do the
flower.
voice, yeah, you don't see, you're not with when they're shooting, right? You're just doing the voiceover work
Yeah.
and the shooting's done. Okay, so you're saying there was a flower.
Yeah, and then so they show you the graphics and the video, and then so that you feel the drama. And then
Uh-huh,
there was
uh-huh.
a flower, and then that's supposed to represent your vagina.
Oh, nice.
And so
Oh.
yeah, and then part of the script was to something your vagina's natural odor or something like that. Not for I mean, it's nasty for me to think that the script said vagina's natural flavor because
No.
but it was a flower that turned gray, and then they dropped the lactacid on it, and then it turned pink. There you go.
Guys, lactacid, would that be a douche? That's what it
Is
is,
that a
right?
two?
It's
Well,
a wash. It was some kind of wash or
yeah,
something
more
like
of a
that.
wash because a douche goes in turn. Isn't a douche
I don't
something for?
know.
I don't. Yeah.
We don't know, guys. Sorry
This
to
went
ruin your breakfast, people, but it's evening here in the US, so that's our excuse.
breakfast in the Philippines and midnight sessions in LA.
Oh, very, very good. So that's your most memorable thing. How about like a pocket concert or any concert that was most memorable for you?
All of our concerts were awesome.
Really?
Anytime Carl Roy was in our pocket concert or any of the remember Alternativity, he
Yes.
you knew it was going to be a fun show. You knew it was going to be crazy. And then eventually, when Sandwich came on and Markabaya would
Hmm.
be on stage, you also knew it was going to be crazy fun, and there was going to
Yeah.
be some blood and a lot of jumping and probably falling because
Uh-huh.
he had a tendency to do that, like feel the music that much, or maybe it's the crowd. I don't know how a rock star thinks, but
I don't
you
either.
know, like,
Uh-huh.
it was phenomenal. I mean, you really knew it was going to be fun.
Oh, good times. Wow.
Yeah.
Did you have any weird fan encounters? So, one of the weird things that happened since we did those reunions a few months ago was that people were like, oh my gosh, the voices really, stir up memories, but I've never seen your faces. Then I totally forgot, oh, maybe Joyce, they've seen, of course, because
Yeah.
she's an actor, but other than that, nobody knew how anybody looked. And look,
Or
you
wait,
remain a mystery.
Pontry. Pontry is also.
Yes, but Ponchi wasn't on the thing. He's my big challenge to get on here because he's pretty busy.
Well, I'm
So
sorry. Did you call his people? You should start calling his
I
people now.
know. Actually, I was able. I tried. I go, dude, just record something, or
Hmm.
can I, hindi ka na maabot or something, dude. We were carpool mates. Come on, come on.
Yeah, I
Um,
remember you guys were in the same neighborhood.
Yes, but Sundays I think are hard for him. So I'll try to see if I can record him the way I just did Charlie, and then we'll see. I know people want to see Pondry. I mean, maybe it could be his voice, and he can just show off his guns or something. I don't
He,
know.
he's really buff. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I do think he was like one of the original ones, like before us. So
Yeah, and
how
but he
old?
always just
How old is
loved.
he?
Oh, a lot of numbers, a lot of decades. But I
Oh
remember
my
he just
gosh.
really preferred the nighttime slot because he had things to do in the daytime, and you
Yeah.
could never tell what he would do in the daytime. It was like, what
Hmm.
but we were busybodies. I was a busybody. I'd be like, so what do you do, Punchy? And he'd just brush you off by saying, ha 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 ha, Tabitha. And I'm like, what the hell?
You see, that's because you used your cuteness. That's what you did. Um,
You have
did
too many
you? Did you?
questions.
Yeah. Did you? That was scary. Your impression of Pontry. I even ended up meeting the old DJs from before us in the early '90s. So that's cool. So we've connected through here, through pandemic times. I love it. I love it that we're all reconnected. And then, of course, in the beginning when we started doing this, and he's been doing a lot of live streams and stuff. It's Quark. Remember Baby Quark, and now respected director
Oh,
and
God.
whatnot. That's
He's
crazy.
That one is, that's a cool one right there. I'm always
Yeah.
so proud of him. And every time I see him on TV or any mention of him, I want to feel cool and be cool by saying, oh my God, I know Quarky. And people are like, do you mean direct Quark?
I
And
know.
I'm
I
like,
think all of us
not
call him
you.
quirky. Yeah, yeah, exactly. See, you were the baby, but he was the baby-yer. Imagine that.
Yeah,
He was a little kid.
he was a big baby because he's literally tall and, just that.
Yeah. Oh my God. So cute. What else did you end up working for any other radio station?
No,
No,
I could
okay.
never. I could never. Oh wait, no, I did. Sorry, I did. In Cebu. Sorry, these things just fly out of
So
my head.
when you moved to Cebu, this is
Yeah,
when it happened.
it was like it was pretty much like what do you call that? Like a pipe dream. Because growing up here in high school, I used to think they were the coolest bunch. Y101 here in Cebu. It used to be
Yes.
the sister of 99.5 RT.
9.5. Yes, yes.
I used to love the thought, like, okay, one of these days when I'm like older, better, wiser, maybe they'll take me on. And they did. Like I did a few months with them. I think 6 months. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
And then I'm like, okay, I'm good. Thank you.
Really.
That was it. Yeah, the fascination is gone.
Was it more also like that part of your life is over, like DJing, I guess?
I think so. I haven't really properly introspected on that.
Yeah.
It's yeah, but I do, like Ron has always said, once you have the bug, you will always miss it. So I think that's why I take on some voiceover jobs here in Cebu or live
Oh,
voiceover jobs in Manila or shows here. Because you just like the feeling of having a microphone in front of you and then hearing the sound of your voice, even just a bit briefly, and not have the fame nor the notoriety, you're still part of something and you can go home and nobody will bug you. I
Yeah,
don't
look,
want,
you've
like, I
got a
don't,
mask now. They're gonna not bug you either because they can't see. I'm gonna find a photo.
no,
There
it's,
is a
I don't mean to feel like I'm feeling sikat or anything. Swear. It's more of like, I just love the whole feeling of not being seen. I love it. I
no,
love
no.
it.
I get what you mean, and maybe that's why podcasts are also popular again. There's kind of that
Mhm.
one. It's kind of anonymous, but not. But on
Mhm.
the other hand, it's also very intimate. When
Mhm.
you're in your car and you hear your favorite DJ's voice over your favorite music, right?
Mhm.
It seems very intimate. I mean, I've been asked on here like, why weren't you a DJ? Well, I don't sound like Tabitha over here. Yes, Joyce
But
tried.
you
I
never,
remember she's trying. I've
but you
never
always
like,
sounded wonderful, Mars. Sorry, we're
yeah,
talking to each other and over each other. Can you tell we're excited?
we're so excited. I haven't seen her in years. But no, I just never did. I do like talking into a mic live. Like that's what I did. Like alternatively, going on stage beforehand and giving away the T-shirts. That's my jam. But I think that's it. Who was there any DJ you looked up to besides the
Oh my
ones we've
God.
worked? Tell us. Tell us.
So many, because they were all so cool sounding. I always love the thought of meeting. I don't know if you know of her, but you remember May Zaiko? She's
Hmm.
that voice of everywhere, like the whole
Yeah.
entire world of the Philippines. I always wanted to meet Jeremiah Jr., but I did like a couple of times. And Lindy, his wife, wonderful. I don't,
Also, brilliant voice.
right? And
And I think their daughter is now a voice
yeah,
as well.
I see her TikToks and I'm like, why does this woman look familiar? And I'm like, oh my God, I
Oh wow.
know her. I can be cool too.
Nice,
I love
nice.
her, of her.
Wow. Cool. So yes, Jeremiah Jr. And he was a nice guy too. So who
But like my
else?
ultimate favorite voice in NU because of just that distinct quality was always Myrene because she always sounded like she could give a flying anything. And
She
also,
was the real cool person. Like she
right?
yes. We pretended, but she's like the real deal, guys. Until now. Just cool. Some people are just cool.
And then Claire Miranda, always just an amazing voice. And then you know that she looks good too. So it's like, oh man, if I could sound and look like that, awesome. Yeah.
Well, you do. One day we shall unmask Tabitha. But you know what? I just thought of something. You now have how many dogs do you have?
I now have 4 dogs. I just
4.
adopted my first one true love dog is a Shih Tzu. His name is
Hmm.
Patchy. Oh, here I am. I'm going to go off about my dogs.
Go
And
for it.
and then my cousin gave me a black German Shepherd. He's a beautiful piece of animal, wonderful, smart. His name is Maximus. And then
Uh-huh.
we just adopted English Bulldog. His name is Whiskey. He is the
Oh.
loveliest, the cutest, the most horny little bugger ever. Just wants a lot of affection. And
Uh-huh.
then my daughter just got herself a Dachshund. That's still a puppy at 6 weeks old.
So
So
is that 5 dogs or 4?
it's just 4, thank God.
Okay.
Yeah.
For now. And so between
Yeah.
you and Joyce, that's a lot of dogs. I think we should do a dog set. I only have one, but a dog centered episode. Leave us a message if you like dogs, because you know what? I work with something over here. It's called Surf Dog,
Oh
and so I
wow.
would love to share those videos with you of dogs actually surfing.
Oh yes,
So
please.
leave us a comment if you like dogs or just want us to come on and show off our dogs and you show us your dogs, something that makes us all feel good while we're stuck at home. You know what? The dogs love this pandemic because we're home with
Yeah.
them.
I'm not looking forward to leaving them at home for for normal life, for work life. I think I'm gonna be carrying them around with me.
Right? I think that's one change. And then, like in our house, so one dog and there's 4 people, and they're like, I get to go on a walk again and again. You know what I mean? And we take turns.
It's like so many hands, so much affection. What's going on?
I know. So for you though, or do they have room to run around because you're in the farm and stuff like that? Do they just
Well,
go
eventually,
or no?
eventually, when I get to visit, I will take them there so that they have room to run around. Right now, I live in the middle of the city, so we're
Okay.
making do. They have a little bit of a veranda so that they can run around, and the stairs for exercise.
Do
Just
they
a
like
lot.
each other?
Well, Whiskey, the English bulldog, is their new. I think it's because he's already fully grown when we adopted him, so everybody needs to be socialized with him. Our
Yeah.
trainer really told us you need to like give them time in the crate, have them come out, have them all get used to their smells, and he's like
Okay.
telling us maybe a week or 10 days. Hopefully, they'll all really just
Yeah.
blend.
Your own wolf pack. How awesome.
It's a motley crew, so I'm happy.
Hmm. So what else is keeping you busy besides the dog? Have you taken on any new hobbies since we're locked down? Anything like that? Or
Um,
started watching anything? Are you binge watching anything?
I've been going back to watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and what else?
Classic. Uh-huh.
Oh, they're good. They're funny. And I have to review Umbrella Academy because the new
It's
season.
coming up. Woohoo!
So I'm
Yeah.
happy about that. Doom Patrol. I'm loving that too.
Oh, I
On
haven't seen that.
HBO. It's good. It's good.
Is it funny?
It's funny. It's funny and it's a little bit tragic, and they try so hard, but they're kind of awful
Oh, Doom
superheroes. Or
Patrol.
not awful, just not Superman blessed.
Oh,
Not
wait. So
Superman.
they're superheroes?
Yeah, it's
Ah.
from DC Comics, so
Oh,
that's
cool,
interesting.
cool. That's like speaking of like superheroes or anti-heroes, The Boys. Is that what it's called? It's on Prime. I
Oh,
don't know
nice.
if you guys get that. Yeah, so anyway, that's another one. Check that out.
So
Uh,
yeah, this is a boring life, but it is exhausting and exciting because of dogs. Get dogs, people, but be
oh
responsible
my
pet owners.
oh my gosh. What's it like in Cebu now? Are people wearing masks? Are you allowed to go out? Are restaurants open?
Not yet. We are I have a restaurant too. I forgot to mention that. We have a small restaurant, and then we we don't want to open yet because it's not safe. I mean, we just want to keep everybody safe. It's challenging to open a restaurant because public transportation is still difficult. So your staff would have a difficult
Oh,
time. There
okay.
are restaurants that are open for takeout and delivery.
Oh my goodness. What kind of restaurant do you have?
It's a Filipino restaurant. It's called Isidra Comfort Cantina, but it does not sell like your usual adobo and humba. We do a lot of
Hmm.
the stuff from across the Philippines, like tiula itom, that's something from deep south. Um,
Ooh.
Stuff like the blackened chicken,
Ooh.
poki poki from up north in Luzon. Stuff
Oh,
that
how
not a
interesting.
lot,
Yeah.
yeah, stuff that not a lot of people feature because I mean the Filipino flavors so diverse, but we are always stuck in humba, pancit, lumpia,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
adobo.
How did you
And
get into food, girl?
well, my
Besides, we like
partner,
to eat. Uh huh.
I like to eat, but my partner is a chef. She used to be a chef in
Oh,
Singapore.
so lucky.
Yeah, I know. But every time I want like if I want simple food like sinigang, it does not get done because it
What?
needs to be complicated. And I'm like, it's just sinigang, just put it all in the pot.
So, do you cook too? Do you know
Uh,
how?
I do with with some success.
Oh, cool, cool, cool. My younger son's studying to be well, he's in high school, but he's taking in a culinary program. So that's kind of
Nice.
cool. Yeah, yeah. And you know, last week our episode was about food.
I
So
did
maybe
see that.
I do like food, and so that's a topic we always revisit. So maybe next time when we are healed, and then your partner can come on too if she wants to talk about like chefy things, because I'm interested in the direction of food that you're talking about. It's beyond adobo, and I
Yes.
think right now Filipino food is right there, ready to come out into the
Mm-hmm.
world. I mean, we're almost there here. And curiously, I think what made it happen was ube. Because
Is it?
now, yes, around here in the US, people are using ube in things, not just Filipino restaurants. And people now understand that it isn't taro. It's close to taro, but it isn't. So people are understanding the flavor. So it's like crossing over. And so that's the one. And then, of course, you have people like Joe Coy who talk about Filipino food and his specials and stuff. We're there. It's so exciting.
Like
Um,
just a little bit more.
I know. So I think food is at an interesting stage, Filipino food especially. And then, of course, we have, like you said, your part was in Singapore. So there's a lot of those chefs that we like export, and then those that have worked in kitchens around the world, they're coming home to the Philippines and doing their own thing, right? So
Mm-hmm.
exciting. So last week's episode was about what food do you remember eating after a night out or your shift or a gig or whatever? What do you remember?
Oh my God. Always hapchan.
What's that? Where?
In the Malate,
Oh, okay, 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 yeah.
and
And what?
or if it's in the Malate area, but if it's in the like in the city or areas like Makati, is there such a thing as a city or area in Manila? Whatever, stupid. But like if it's in the Makati area, I'm always like North Park. So yeah,
North Bar.
until now, I still look for North Park.
Nice. You, what did you eat around Pasig then? Like, what time was your shift as a DJ? You?
I started in Manila. I took over. Do you remember that really cranky man in the morning?
I don't. We shall not name him. I don't remember.
Well, yeah, but he had a morning show, and then well, he wasn't cranky. It was more like maybe he just didn't like me. But um, I used to be after the morning show at 10 in the morning,
Oh,
and
okay,
then
okay.
but then when he left or was asked to, I don't know how it goes
Oh,
and
I think I know who you're talking about now. But go on. Yes,
And then
yes.
I took over his morning slot. I mean, just not as a morning show,
Oh,
but I did do the 6 a.m. until like 10 or 9 or something. And then
my
eventually,
goodness.
yeah, and then eventually I ended up at 4 until 7. So every time I
Okay.
got hungry, if it's in the Pasig area, it was always, darn it, I think it was, now I'm hungry, Marceline.
Yes, it's almost lunch, so we'll wrap this up. We got it. We'll wrap it up. So what? What was it?
Oh,
Tell
what was it in
us.
Pulaski that was good? That was like open 24 hours. Was it O&W or something? I don't know.
I don't know. It's so funny that I don't remember your shift because you were just always
I was always there.
there.
I was
I
literally
know. I don't remember. You were just there. But guys, she was so cute. She'd be like, that's what I remember. It's like your face is coming.
I'm
Oh
like,
man.
do you need help? Do you need help with anything,
Yeah.
Tabitha? I
And
always.
so friendly, so bubbly. You were that. Are
Like
you
I'd be there in the morning and then leave at like 1 a.m. to
oh,
go back in the morning.
geez, how fun though. But you made friends. You made lots. We made lots of friends, so that's cool. But also, like I said, you were the kid, so you know. So are you still as bubbly? Do you think?
I'm trying not to be because it's really annoying. Like I listen to myself sometimes and it's like, who are you? Stop
I
it.
know we need that now
Too
these
much.
days. I think we need some happiness in our
Well,
lives.
I'm just trying to be balanced so that, equilibrium is always good.
Gosh, does your daughter know that you were famous before, sort of?
I don't think it's called fame. She just knows that I worked, there a long, long time ago, and she
Wow.
would. I think she's a bit proud of me, or a lot proud of me.
I think it's a cool job. It's like when I did this, my kids like, "What? You worked at a radio station? That's so cool. Why did I never know this?" You know what I mean? It
Oh, with
is,
a station?
yeah, it is still one of the coolest jobs, I guess. Um, if there was one thing you want to bring back from the 90s, so I've been calling this show of sorts Decado Noventa, right? If
Mhm.
there's one thing you could bring back, what would it be?
Oh, well, that's hard. That's hard. If you could just bring back any 107, that would be so cool.
Oh, okay, guys.
And then just that perfect moment in those 10 years. Relive that, do that, just that one time.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Yeah.
There's no changes. Everybody was that moment, that mindset, that, oh my God. And the music was that awesome.
Less broke, people. I wish we were less broke.
I mean, I
um,
always felt broke, but I never felt bad. That's
yes,
a
yes.
thing.
I think we were just having, too much fun. It
Yeah.
was fun. It was just fun, and yeah. Aw. We can
Oh,
relive that now, I think that's what we're trying to bring back is that spirit of fun and creativity and passion. I think that's one thing. We were all very passionate about what we were doing.
do you feel like there's something good that's come out of this first how many months of the year that's forced us into quarantine?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Isn't it? Like, I'm serious. I mean, it has put me in touch with so many people that I feel bad that I didn't stay in touch with, and even family. I've spoken to my family's in Manila. I am here in the US. I've spoken to them more than ever since being locked down because now you have time. You're home, so you can talk to
Mhm.
people, right?
Do you feel like it's something that you still continue after the fact?
For sure. For one thing, this live stream, guys, thanks so much for watching. It's semi-live. I've already pre-recorded some sessions with old friends and new friends and more rock stars of the 90s coming your way.
Oh, wow.
It's fun. So there's that. And then just, yeah, I think, is your daughter like home now?
She's home, but she's working from home. That one
Yeah.
is, she's busy on her own. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm the only one with nothing to do. Fine.
Can I bug you? Can I bug you? So I'm
I'll take
enjoying
care
that.
of dogs.
I'm enjoying that having the kids at home and everybody's gotten too busy
Mhm.
with their daily lives. So this really totally put a pause. And I am glad I am in touch with you. I did go to Manila last year and I did see Claire, Ron, and Joyce. Those are the
Oh,
only people that I ended up meeting with because you know how it is when you visit, it's so busy. Um, but like now I'm in touch with you and Charlie and everyone else. We even had Chris Cruz here. And I only wish that I could say, see you at Christmas. I'll make sure
yeah.
to see you. Or actually, my sister had told me about your hotel and farm. So I would love to be able to say, okay, I'll see you there. But we don't know when that will be. But now,
Eventually.
yeah, I have a long list of people to visit
And
when
you have
it's.
a long list of people to talk to. So go talking.
I know, good times. Well, you are welcome here anytime if you want. For sure, we'll talk about dogs and food.
Dogs,
Yeah.
food, and farming. Oh, and I
Can
have
you?
pigs too. My God, I could talk about pigs too. So
What
yeah,
kind of pigs?
native.
Like,
They're
like
awesome. They're so smart. They act like dogs.
pigs. Like, really?
Yeah.
Wait, what are you gonna do with these pigs? Are these bacon pigs or?
Oh, I'm still
They're,
raising them. My original pig is Madeline. She's a cutie, and then
how
her
big is she?
oh, she's gorgeous, but she's a native pig, so not that big, just
Okay.
right. And then Gigolo is her hubby. He's a little hornball, so that's why we called him Gigolo. And then they have kids. I did not name the kids because I don't know what to do with them yet. So,
Oh, babe.
yeah, babe.
Oh. Do you let them in the house? Or
No, they have their own little
they're not, yeah, they're not that kind of pig, right?
No, they're
You
not.
don't
No, I
know.
do want a teacup pig though, but I don't think I'm allowed by my daughter. She's like, she's gonna walk out and leave me.
They get messy. They're not like dogs. You've got enough dogs.
I know. I
What
think I would say
do you
about.
have other farm animals? Chickens?
Oh, I have a horse. I just got one. Her name is Isabel. She is gorgeous.
Can you ride
Um,
her?
yeah, she's one of those kinds. And then
Mhm.
we have a goat. Her name is Magnolia. Her child is called, I think, Ice Drop. I forget.
Oh my God, you should do goat yoga on the farm.
I do actually want to do that. That would be so cool.
Yeah. Or it's like a feature in your hotel. Saturday goat yoga. That's so interesting. I thought you were talking about here's some land and some things I plant and one pig and one chicken. Dude, I didn't know it was a legit farm when you were saying you're a farmer. I didn't
It's
realize
not
that.
yet like legit because it's so disorganized. We're just
Hmm.
thinking, oh, what a cute animal. Let's buy it. You know, that. So there's really no proper planning from our end. It's more of like, oh, look at that cute horse. It needs a home. Oh,
Oh
duh.
wow. Oh, it's gonna happen. I mean, you have time now to think about it. What you're gonna do. That would be
Yeah,
cool.
need to start
Is
planning.
is the farm far from the hotel or are they connected?
It is far from the hotel. Not
Oh, okay.
far like by hours. It's only
Yeah.
10 minutes away. And then eventually we'll start offering little villas in the farms that you'll have
Oh, cool,
a full
cool.
blown farm experience.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited. Can I come now? I'll help you build a hut. I'm good with a hut. I'll stay
You're good with
there.
hut building.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much. It was so good to see you. And pop it on the comments. They might have some questions for you later. Thank you. And I've taken so much of your beautiful Sunday. Go tend to your animals. And it was so nice to see you, April
Bye,
slash
Marcie.
Tabitha. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody. Thank you.